What's going on, people? How you doing? You're all very welcome to episode 62 of Buckshot for Friday the... Oh, Jesus, is it the 8th? It's the 8th of June. Tis. I won't keep you long because I am changing the format ever slightly because, you know what? Life wasn't busy enough. I'm going to be doing no waffle at the beginning of these anymore, and maybe our shite talk will be on the Tuesday podcast. I'll do a short owl podcast of shit talking on a Tuesday, because you know what? We weren't busy enough, lads. We weren't busy enough. But I think it'd just be handy for people if they're in different moods. Tuesday they might want to listen to Tom Waffle. Friday they might want to listen to Tom Waffle with other people. So, you're all very welcome if this is your first time, of course. You've listened to it on some sort of platform, but it's on all the available platforms. SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker. Is it Spreaker? Yeah, I think it's on Spreaker. It's on Castbox. Yeah, look, whatever you're listening to it on, if it's your first time, hit subscribe, listen to a few episodes. You might like it. I'd say you will. If you've already gotten the leg in the door, you probably will. And if you do listen on iTunes and you do like it, leave us an owl. Leave us an owl 5-star if you like it. Don't be leaving 3.5 stars or 4 stars. They're no good to any man or any woman. Leave a 5-star or don't leave anything at all. Or leave, hey, do you know what? I like the little comments. The comments are great at the bottom. Some man for one man. I don't know who wrote that, but I like that. And, but yeah, I'm very easy to find. Tom Mahoney Comedy on all sorts of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm backing away from all chatty snaps. I'm not getting any good out of it at all, I don't think. But if you do want to follow me there, I'll still throw over some stuff. But realistically, you should be just follow me on Instagram. It's handier. I just put up silly stuff with the dog and stuff like that. So that's about the size of it. I'm also on Patreon. If nobody's heard of Patreon, essentially it's a way of throwing a couple of quid towards an artist that you're into. Because obviously we do this for free. And there's bigger things coming down the pipeline for the old podcast. I won't talk about it just yet because it might not happen. People say that I can't reveal it just yet, but no, it looks like we're getting a bit bigger, and you're all coming with me. So, but it is Patreon essentially. So just so you know what it is, it's so you can pay the artist a few quid if you're into it, like $2 a month, kind of a jobby like, and that's about the size of it. $2 a month. Apologies for the noise outside right now. They're laying tarmac outside in the road, which I'd love to be out stuck in right now, roasting the head off myself. Yes, I'm all over the fucking shop. Patreon is patreon.com/Tom Mahoney Buckshot. And essentially, it's going to allow me to buy better gear down the line. Better gear, better camera, better... whatchamacallit. I recorded today's one on the old GoPro. Don't know how it's going to come out. But like that, I want to get a better camera so I can actually do these live and whatnot. So you can actually just tune in on the old YouTubes and everything else. So, moving swiftly along, today's guest is Micky Bartlett, a very good friend of mine, which you can tell straight away because we've known each other years. Most of you will have heard of Micky Bartlett. If you haven't, you'll probably have seen his head pop up somewhere. He's one of the busiest comedians going, but just one of the most funny, out and out, just normally funny fuckers to hang out with. He's often on Colin Geddes' podcast, General Banter, but Micky's he's exactly what you think he is. He's that sound and that good crack. I'll put all the links to, we talk about his show and everything else, and apologies too, because we went downstairs in the International Comedy Club this week because the aircon is fucked upstairs and it was like 26 degrees outside, so it was nice and cool downstairs, but there's a bit of racket from the ice machine, and then a couple of work blokes walked through at one point. Not that it's going to faze you in the least, it just makes it a bit more authentic. We talk about a show coming up in Edinburgh, which I'll put the links into this description of this one. So for now, please enjoy the podcast with the fantastic Micky Bartlett. That's off to the races just as the fucking water in the background starts tinkling away. Like, that's
show business,
great.
baby.
I'm gonna fire up this fella as well because sometimes there'll be a funny nugget we can throw up. But come here, that was the last time I saw you. Was the wedding.
The big wedding.
That was some crack, wasn't it?
Well, I haven't sobered up since it. I've been partying like it was my wedding.
Fucking hell. We were at bowling because I had to be back down the following day, and because I was fucking gigging.
Fucking enough, yeah.
Oh, just fucking bullying, and it was a corporate fucking thing too. You know what I mean? Money.
To do it,
if there's a comedy club, not a fucking hope. Because I've seen the pictures, you bastards. The lads are putting them up and stuff.
It was some fucking session, Because Elliot, did you see his magic trick at any point during the wedding?
Oh, who?
Big Dave Elliot.
He's got a magic trick.
Yeah. His magic trick with his party piece, he would hold a full pint up or a full glass of wine or something.
Yeah.
You see the wine? You see the wine? And you're like, yeah. And he'd put his jacket in front of it and just neck it, and then put it. But he did it with a fucking like decanted bottle of wine.
Oh
just
my
necked it,
god!
like a liter of it.
What? Like in the middle of the day?
Yeah, like the day after the wedding, we're all just sitting outside having a nice little time in the sun.
Sweet stuff.
And he just rolled and bashed the whole thing.
Needless to say, Dave was absolutely fucking lost.
You know, he was actually in better shape than I was by the end of it. Because I had to go for a nap at like 11 o'clock at night. Couldn't get into Dennis's house, slept in the car. Woke up at about 2 in the morning, party was still going, so I went back down. Excuse me. And then Maureen's dad was like, took a whiskey, and then it was 7:30 in the morning, I was still up, like, fuck It was awful.
Because I listened to Dave's podcast immediately afterwards, and he was in fucking rag order. 2 days later, like, he was...
Once it wore off, I know Shane Todd was in fucking... I think he was carried home on Sunday.
3 fucking bottles of Peroni will do that to you.
Well, he had a big bottle of gin. He did.
Had he?
Yeah. The thing about Shane is, when he sets his mind to it, he can fucking drink. Like his legs are hollow. I'm
still
convinced.
prodding him,
He's
of
like,
course. Like,
that's
it. Like, you
he's
see, they're
big bad
conquerors.
finger.
They're conquerors. You see, you know what I mean? Like,
he's trying to blend in.
We'd buckle and fall to the drink like them lads that fucking dominate the drink. You know what I mean? But because I was driving down the next day with Marcus in the back of the car, and it was a great drive.
Yeah.
And I was just the whole way. I just want to turn this car back around because I know the crack right now.
It was one of those like 11:59. We're all sort of sitting around like, feel a bit ropey. And 12:01, you're almost pissed again, just topped up.
Because that was the thing. Because I felt good, but I knew 1 pint, and I was back on the horse again.
The stout was so fucking nice because it was like
it was fucking
just pouring your own pints the whole
deadly
day.
Dangerous. Deadly.
Weirdly though, it's one of those things where like. It sounds like it should be dangerous, but everybody seemed to... Like, there was no fights at the wedding, because no one's panicking about the booze running out.
That's it. Yeah, do you know what? I think you're right, because I can remember getting back to Moy.
Yeah.
The fucking town of Moy. I can get... Like, so I wasn't that fucking blocked.
Yeah, totally.
Now, to be fair, Maureen's mother sent us all home, which is...
But I think that was just getting...
She was dead right. Like,
yeah, she was just knackered. Because I think the problem, especially down the McGrath's house, is that it will go on to 8 o'clock the next day. So that was like an executive decision of like, if we want to get 2 days drinking out of this, we should go to bed now.
So that's the maturity, because we try and stay drinking for 48 hours,
Yeah.
Did you go for because it was funny, we were all standing around by the coffee machine, like at the beginning, before it was like, who's going
first?
Who's going first?
we were pretty pissed during the ceremony. Because we're kind of... One of Maureen's cousins came up at one point, so there was me, Aaron, and Begley, the 3 groomsmen, and we were just pacing about the kitchen. And the guy was like, you're not supposed to be nervous, supposed to be, like, is anyone looking after Colin? We were like, fuck, Colin. They were upstairs like, mate, alright? I was downstairs slamming whiskeys.
Because you all had hip flasks.
Yeah.
Because Aaron looked fucking chalky enough now when I was talking to him.
He had his full of Buckfast, the fucking tramp.
I
know.
Oh my god.
I don't like whiskey, sir.
He's such a fucking redneck.
He definitely is. Man. Have you seen him out in LA? Like some of the stuff he's saying to people?
Oh my god.
What you get into, what you girl, yeah? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
But did you remember, or did I get to tell you about my experience in Moy the night before?
I can't remember. You probably did tell me about.
Oh, we were having a rife conversation. We were setting up with all sorts of women at the end of the night. I remember I had about 10 women lined up for you. I hadn't, but
there was only 2 there.
Yeah.
I remember there was a point where I was thinking, Dennis's cousin looks alright. I thought,
yeah.
And then it turned out the next day she's only 18 and about 6'5". I was like, I don't know what was going on there. So alone.
Because we got to Moy the night before about 9 o'clock, and we were staying at the end. One family with team owns that whole street down the side of it, and we got to the B&B, which is up the top corner of the square, and a little sticker on the door saying, if you get here before 6, call in and check in through the antique shop. If you get here after 6, go into the pub. It didn't say check into the pub. It said just go into the pub. Yeah. So we're like, do we just go drinking and hope it works out? And we walked down, there was a bloke sparking up a fag outside the door. He goes, hey, we're real country. Real fucking country now.
Tyrone.
Hey, sir. And I was like, hey, you must be Tom and Natasha. I said, yeah, that's us. Hey, fuck in the bags. No mention of would you like to toddle up the room there. Freshen up, sir. None of that shit. Fuck in the bags. The band has just landed. And I said, what's the deal with grub around here? Is there any place you get? What are you after? It's like, what have you got? And he goes, well, there's a chippy down there.
That's the Moy. Like,
And there's a chippy down the road. There's, what's the fucking... A chinky. Yeah, why?
I believe that, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
A chinky, I think, run by a guy called Marty.
And just slightly racist, yeah, as well. And then there was Vietnamese in another place. I went, how... But we got chips anyway, he sent them up. And we sat in the back, and it was the most obscure smorgasbord of humanity. It was just...
Was it Tomley's, Benny? Was it that? No, it wasn't Tomley's, no.
No, it was... What the fuck? It was owned by the same family. Yeah. It could have been Tomley's. It could have been... Yeah, it was. Because it was half an antique shop and pub.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking shit everywhere that didn't make sense or match.
The band kicks off in the kitchen.
Yeah. The band were down the end of the smoking room. The smoking area.
Oh, right, yeah.
And we went out into what was like a barn bit to the side of that to eat our chips off these fucking antique cinema seats. And all the lads that you expect are standing around. You know the lads with the Massey Ferguson jackets on.
Yeah.
And the trousers.
Tucked in shirts.
Yeah. And they've got the fucking, oh my God, Wrangler shoes on, the whole lot. But then there was people kind of normal as well, dressed up. And then there was this couple, like late 30s, maybe early 40s, in the middle of everybody, out in the middle of the smoking area where people were dancing. Like she was straddling him like she was about to fuck him. And wearing the face off each other. And this is 20 past 9. and,
that sounds like it.
And everybody was just parking around. Do you remember that scene from World War Z?
Yeah.
Where all the zombies and that kid that has cancer, they all just pass around. It was fucking unreal. And then there's one moment that we're in the right spot where the female embodiment of Micky Bartlett passed us. She was fucking strong looking girl now. And she was pushing her friend ahead of her. And she'd a fag out the side of the mouth. And it's like the band were playing some rebel song, of course, and they were both firing up about fucking Come Out You Black and Tans or something, but they were busting strings. It was the boys that played at the wedding. And she just pushed friend through the two of us to the dance floor, motherfuckers! There was no dance floor. She just
made one.
There was just an area where she was starting swinging shit and swinging fucking legs. It was just fucking... It was like, that is... It was just, I was motherfucking... I'm still the fag sticking out.
I love it. We've been there a couple of nights, and it's always descended into just fucking pure pandemonium. You know, we'll go in for one, and then someone's like, I'll drive, I was sick, we'll be fine. Like,
there's, like, I could see that being a lawless territory around there, like.
I don't think there's much trouble, though. I think it's the same thing as, like...
That's what I mean, like, just pure session heads.
Yeah. Like. It's like the same as having a free bar at a wedding. No one's going to fucking start a fight when they're going to see you again tomorrow night. You know, it seems to be just like a kind of... I love it.
We came back because we accidentally walked into... I knew I fucking ate in this place before. It's 2 doors down from that mad bar.
Yeah.
And it's a dance hall. And it's a mini hotel. It's a small hotel as well.
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
And we ate in there, myself, Maureen and Colin one time. And they were saying, it's a big place for country, you know. It's just like, all right. But it was only until that night we walked in and there was actually a ticket booth, like. Anyone was going, you get tickets for tomorrow night? I said, what? Tomorrow night, Jimmy Buckley. I said, Jimmy Buckley? That cunt is from 2 miles away from me at home. I said, he can't fucking sing. I should see the fucking dirty look she gave me. She's like he was a god. And it was when we came back in the minibus. There must be 400 rednecks out the street, puking and fighting and fucking...
It's fucking... like, Tyrone's just that mad cunt of a county.
They do country serious, don't they?
Like, I remember even, like, what do you call her? Was it Philomena Begley? The fucking love her.
And she's owl as fuck.
Yeah.
She can't really sing either.
Aye. There was a fucking time I used to go out with a girl from Pomeroy. She was one of the psychos. And it was, so remember her niece won The Voice? Andrea Begley, the blind girl?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I remember this, like, caused a fucker. I almost got beat up in the village one night. We're all sort of sitting in this wee pub. And she was going, and I was telling Micky today, because she phoned me and she was like, you want to see the place, Micky? Everyone's painted their houses, they've all cut the grass, all for Andrea coming home. And I just went, why? Like, she's fucking...
Really? She was that into it too?
Yeah, but I was like, she's blind. I was like, hold the tin of paint up and tell her you did it.
Just paint her up her lip so she just smelled.
I always got my fucking head kicked in though. Just like,
really?
Yeah. They take it so fucking seriously. That's Philomena. She's royalty. These parts are mad bastards.
Do you know what? And this is the thing I've said to other comedians, and I think you're the first lad, like, based up. I talked to Colin before, because I reckon there's a following Northern Irish people have when they're into a fucking thing, man, or into a person,
Aye.
they're fucking into
Oh, they're
it.
into
Like,
it, yeah, definitely.
do you know, like Colin's following is fucking godlike.
Yeah, totally. I've met a few that, like, Delamere's followers
Yeah.
are the fucking scary ones.
Really?
Like, they're properly fucking...
Oh sure, I opened for him in Antrim about 2 months back. And I went all out fucking cursing and swearing my usual shit, like, and took him 5 or 6 minutes. I knew I'd caught him on. I went, ooh, what sort of surroundings do we have here?
So you used them from the Blame Game. That's like, they love the Blame Game.
They fucking love
it.
it.
Gary's followers as well are the same kind of...
Yeah.
Very conservative, sort of like...
And it's bizarre, because your man, they got on board and they loved it for a finish. And but your man, the tech at half time, he was telling me, he goes, if they met you, this is an evangelist place around here.
Aye.
If they met you out in the street and you were talking like that, he said they'd turn their fucking back on you.
Me and Geddes did one in Oma once. And it was a decent enough show, but it didn't sell that well. It was pretty early on.
Right.
And apparently there was a write-up in the paper about how disgusting we were. Because this woman had brought her teenage son to the gig, even though it was like over 18s only. Mm-hmm. But obviously she's his legal guardian, brought him down to it. And was complaining to us as if she hadn't fucking maybe clicked on one of the YouTube videos and realised there's going to be dicks in this.
Yeah.
There's going to be assholes and sperm and fucking, like, it's going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
We're not like, what's the deal with stuff? And then I was doing support for Jake O'Kane in the same theatre about a year later. And I walked into the green room and he was like, what the fuck did you say the last time you were here?
What?
Because the staff from the fucking theatre, like the artist people, were in the green room going, listen, I'm not telling you how to do your job with that first fella. Just be careful. Because a lot of people were offended the last time he was down here. And like, 2 doors up, you go to Daly's and do the fucking... It's the same audience come to Daly's. They fucking love it, but for some reason when they're in that comfy seat, they're like, no, we can't have that.
It's bizarre, isn't
It's
it?
fucked up, man. It's mental.
Fucking
And it's getting worse.
Is it though?
I don't know. Sometimes I think it is. Sometimes I'm like, no, I might be alright. Just depends on it. Like,
but what the fuck are you supposed to do? Change your shit?
I know, that's the thing. I'm trying to work on a new bit at the minute where I think the word triggered should just be called reminded, because that's all it is.
Did you see that thing that went around last week about that university in America, of course?
On the Vice thing, was it?
Yeah. And they're like, did you see the state of the cunt store doing the vetting? Exactly who you imagine. This guy who's never touched a puss in his life.
Yeah.
And this fucking crew cut fucking lesbian sitting there going, we will vet you and go through your material.
Yeah.
Like,
the guy's going, when I used to do comedy, like he did it, finished it, completed it.
Yeah.
And then decided
he met the big boss and killed him. Like,
I hate those. There's so many, but universities are getting that. Like, Queen's, for example. The reason that comedy club closed down, I think, is because of that same sort of...
Really?
I think so. I mean...
Because they had me booked in and just went, Tom, we have to...
Yeah, they pulled the whole thing. But I know, well, I think there's rumours the venue was closing down. I don't know if that's definitely happening, but I know there was a night that Tom Stade did it. Did you see that? And did you hear what, like, there was a woman... There was a big article in the Belfast Telegraph. This girl who had been raped before, like years before, whatever, had gone to the gig and then wrote a massive fucking article about university should be a safe place. I went to the Students' Union Comedy Club and Tom Stade was making jokes about rape. But the joke that he was making, he had a joke about 2 male gerbils in a cage, prison fucking each other.
Really?
Right, and you're kind of reading it going, and everyone's like, you see loads of people being like, that's a disgrace, I'll never go back, I'll boycott it, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, unless you were raped by a gerbil and are a gerbil.
And Tom Stade was to blame and was there.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
It's a horrible thing that happened to that woman, but it's like you're dragging everyone into your little...
Yeah, like you got, like...
And that's when it scares me, is when people...
Fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, we were there last night I was in the Unhinged. Now, Conor McDonough Flynn that runs it, mad cunt.
Aye.
Out of his fucking box. Like, he's mad as a fucking box. Yeah, he's mental. I actually saw I saw him in 40 years' time upstairs. I was just outside the front door. And this fellow with the exact same hair, only grey, wearing like a trilby hat, was talking himself his directions across the road. All right, Tommy, on we go, straight on. And they're like, that's Conor McDonough Flynn, the couple of years. He's mad. But I like, Conor's such a likability, but he was doing a bit last night about the abortion referendum because there was a gang of people in there from Donegal.
Right.
And he was going,
right.
You know, he goes, so you not into the old abortions and stuff like that. And he'd gone on a bit about, he'd gone too far. But it was so silly.
Aye.
Even somebody who was sensitive to it go, okay, that's
funny, like, yeah.
It's funny because it's so silly. He was on about making fetus burgers. It was rough.
Yeah.
If you really thought into it, you
Yeah.
go, oh God, that's rough.
If you read it out, it sounds
Yeah.
like, yeah.
But come on. And this woman was losing her fucking... Like, she was fucking her boyfriend out of it. Her husband out of it.
Fucking
for
hell.
bringing her into this. Like, but the same lady was drinking 2 bottles of Corona in a pint glass at the time. So you know yourself, like, you know.
That's it, yeah. There's definitely, I think it's always that dangerous, but it's sexist as fuck, but women are scarier. Like, you know, if you're at a gig and you hear there's a stag in, you go, alright, fuck it.
Yeah.
But if you hear there's a hen in, you go, oh shit.
But 9 times out of 10,
keep an
the
eye on
stag, if they're flaming, it'll just be one fella and he's a bit messy.
Aye.
And the lads will go, because not all of them will be as messy as each other.
Yeah.
And there's almost an embarrassment, I think, amongst blokes. Don't be a faggot. Stop showing you're fucking drunk.
Yeah, just fucking chill out.
Chill out, like. And you see, also, there's, in the back of every bloke's mind, he knows there's a big motherfucker about to throw him out.
Aye.
But women know they can't be fucking, you can't catch a woman in a fucking headlock.
Exactly.
You can't really, like.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but...
Yeah, well, equality, you should be able to.
But this is the bit I'm doing about it. I'm trying to get a smart way around this being a little bit shocking up front, but when it's okay to full on fight a woman, like.
Yeah.
And like, could you, like, and at what point does morality kick in? Like, because I said, could you take on like 6 women?
Yeah.
Is that sound? Do you know what I mean? Like, 'cause that's that's a gang fight. Then you've taken on 6. But also, this is the bit I was wondering about. If you fought a bloke, but was wearing a really realistic woman mask, and you enjoyed punching him in the face, is there something wrong with you?
That's scary.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Let's
There's definitely something in that. Like,
yeah, 'cause it's the bizarreness of it. I was trying it last night. It was working somewhat, but they were they were a very American crowd last night. So it was like, oh right.
Yeah.
A lot of this is going over your fucking heads anyway. You're not going to go with me on this. Let's just go back to talking about dicks again. You know, it gets to a point where you're like, let's go back to Mickey's. Let's go back to Mickey. And your new show, what Fergal?
Yeah, Crucifying Fergal.
Who's Fergal?
So Fergal's a guy I went to school with. I've known him since I was about 7, probably. And the true story, like the bit that I'm doing, is slightly different from the true story. The true story is we were about to leave school,
right?
So we're doing like our A levels, and we had like a leaving mass because the kind of school I went to was like
that Catholic.
Yeah. But it was one of the, I remember thinking like, you've been teaching us for 17 years how to pass this one exam, and the week before it, you're like, you need Jesus. But basically, we get sent across the school to get this big sort of plywood crucifix. Because the school, it was a fucking working class school, so they were just hanging up in the gym and now at the chapel. And halfway across the school...
Consecrated gym.
Halfway across the school, because it was massive, there was like 4 of us carrying it. And we were going past this sort of, what do you call it, the fucking, like, the... Form room?
The assembly hall. Like,
the fucking, where you chill out, the.
Oh, yes,
yeah. And stuff. And we basically put the crucifix on Fergal's back and did the first 5 stations of it. Like, kicked the fuck out of him. Like, but it's a whole story about getting caught doing it. And like, everyone fucking fucks off home. So it was just one of those things, I had to come up with a title for it.
Yeah.
I was like, I might do that bit. And someone was like, that's a brilliant title for a show. So now, I'm ironically nailed to the joke.
Yeah.
Even though I don't really like it. and it's one of those things, I've only started doing it in clubs the last week.
Yeah.
Because you get to that point just before, like, it's getting really close to the fringe. You're like, fuck, I need to really work on this. So it's been working out. I did it in Glasgow Stand on Sunday there. It's kind of...
They were getting it.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like, when you talk, like my school was very working class as well. But it was a take, you know what I mean? So it wasn't really, but it was funny where we got married was actually a church on a school grounds of a very, very posh private school. Like, it just so happened to be, they were very nice.
Yeah.
And it was right near our hotel where we were getting married, or we're having the reception, and they were talking to us about, you can use the small chapel. It's almost never used these days because it's called the boys' chapel or whatever. It's just not enough space in it anymore. So it's perfect for you. The new one that's been built down there, you want us to explain to us, like, as you talk about a plywood cross, wait till you hear this shit. The altar comes up out of the floor on hydraulics. Fucking how badass is that?
That's amazing.
Isn't it? You go to mass just to see that. Like,
imagine it's your first time at mass and you just see the priest put his hand out, it comes up. Like,
that's me. I'm sold. I'm fucking sold. I was thinking too, like,
he's going to walk on water next watch.
Because you know the way, like Catholicism, all religion is kind of going out the fucking window small bit, but the lads that seem to be fucking mad into it. We went a couple of times when we lived in America during college. was to like Black Baptist Mass.
Yeah.
And it was some fucking crack.
Yeah.
It was... I tried to know what word your man was saying. He was roaring and shouting. He was so fucking... We went 3 Sundays in a row, hung over to fuck. But it was just like...
Yeah.
Back on the beer straight after. But it was a good talking point. But he called us the Rice Krispies in his bowl, his holy bowl of Cocoa Pops. And we won. There was 3 big fucking culchy, red-faced cunts standing in between all these black lads. And we all clapping away. But it's like, maybe that's where they need to turn the corner if they want to get people.
That's like, so my new girlfriend, I think she's half Catholic, half Protestant, but I've met some of her family, and they're different denominations of Protestant. Like, they basically picked the one they like going to.
Oh,
they're that chilled about it, kind of thing. And one of them was talking about all the fucking, like, clapping and shit like that. In fucking Belfast, I was like, what? I'm gonna go.
Fuck.
And stand at the back in the Celtic top and be like, you fucking bastard. With a big spud. Remember?
Is that, because that I never experienced anything to that anything at all when I go up north. Like, it's funny, because I remember talking with a fellow one day, and he was saying, this fella's been banished out of the north for a long time, like, because of fucking the troubles or whatever.
Something he did not do.
He did not. No, he openly admitted it. There was a book written on this fucker in Everton. What was his name? He's a mad cunt. Like, the way he was talking. You know, when a fella looks and he's got that eye. He's got that. And he was...
Like, he's constantly flashing back. Like, oh.
But he was saying that Lavery's, he was saying back in the day, he goes, I know, that was a fucking butcher shop.
I didn't know that myself. My dad told me that whenever... I was looking for a job at one point, and my dad was like, Lavery's need a bouncer. And I was like, Dad, I have a drama degree. What am I going to do? Stop it, lads, now, come on.
Let's figure it out through figurative dance.
I'm a tree, don't hit me. But yeah, I remember him saying that. He was like, actually, that's about it, because that pub's rough as shit. But it's... like, Belfast is just... It's fucking hipster now. It really is just...
It is. That's what I find. It's just unbelievably
when you go
hipster.
into the housing estates, that's when you're like, oh, fuck,
okay,
it's still
right,
real.
yeah.
Like, I think that's what the votes reflect, is that there's still a lot of people that they're born in one street and then get someone pregnant quite early on and move in 3 doors down, and that's...
Inbreeding can happen, something fierce.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Like, and you think that's a country thing. It's more so it can happen in fucking built-up fucking areas.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Especially Belfast. The amount of times you feel like you're in a small town where you're going like, what's your second name? And where do your ones hail from?
Where do you don't live in Belfast anymore?
No, not. I'm living with my mum at the minute. Showbiz, baby. Yeah.
Showbiz.
But I was in Donegal for 3 years. In an Ulster Scots bit of Donegal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did you find that fucking bit?
So the girl I was going out with, she graduated from uni and was basically getting like a back to work sort of thing on the dole, and wanted to live in the south just to make it legit. And
right.
I was like, we're not doing that. We're not fucking doing it. And then went and saw this house, and I was like, it's wonderful. Like, it's dirt cheap, like a 4-bedroom house for what, €400 a month or something like that.
Stop.
So it was fucking cracking. But then it was tiny. Like, Donegal's fucking a law unto itself anyway.
Yeah.
But when you're the only Protestant bit of it, and it's a street. So it was a village that had 3 pubs, an orange hall, and 2 shops. Like, that was, and a betting shop.
And your big fucking head.
And me and her, like at the 12th, like just clapping. Yeah. Don't give it away, the pints are cheap.
That 12th shit, man. I know, like, this will tell you how sheltered I was just growing up. It was like fucking Swiss Family Robinson where I grew up. The middle of a fucking daisy field. That's essentially it. Knew nothing about anything. And I remember I was going up to do fucking dailies one night.
Aye.
And
every fucking time you do dailies, those bastards are practicing on the street. At half night at night as well.
I had no idea. And I would never forget, it was March 18th. And I was pulling in the day after St. Patrick's Day. Like, and I was coming into the town loads of time. I was delighted with myself. And a cop stops me outside. He says, "You're not going there." I says, What? Why? He says, "Oh, they're practicing marching." I was like, well, fair play to huh? Only the day after St. Patrick's Day, and then lads are out there practicing for another 364 days, only thinking the only marching we could possibly be doing. This will tell you how much of a fucking retard I am.
I remember something similar happening to me and thinking, that's a bunch of, like, that's an Orange Lodge with a sense of humour.
Yeah.
These guys are going to be hanging today. They're all being like... And the worst, when I hear it, my foot starts going as well. I think it might be half Protestant.
Yeah, because
it's a catchy wee rhythm. You know?
But it's all the colours, and these lads were decked in all their their safari style fucking gear.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, because I've met orange men that I go, you're a nice bloke. And he's like, I just like doing it. I just like playing the drums. My dad did it. It was fine. But it's the order.
Yeah,
fuck.
But there didn't seem to be any crack in these lads because dailies couldn't kick off. I got to dailies, but it couldn't kick off for a good hour until these lads fucked off. But it was like I was watching them out the window in just awe because they were up and down practicing. I was going, "You're doing the same simple fucking tune, lads. No. How much practicing do you need but walking?"
It's fucking bananas. There was a point where I was convinced they were following me because every time I did dailies, it was happening. And you're like, "What's going on?" It's weird. Like it's kind of. Because the whole country does still close down for that week.
Does it?
Like, it's just nothing happens. Like, it's... Because there's
what, for
always
fear or something?
I think there's just always that wee fucking slight chance that something's going to kick off.
And there... Because I it's funny because I listened to yourself and Colin when you were talking about how Northern Ireland, needs to fucking get up with the times with the gay marriage and all the rest of it. Like, but I'll never forget, we went up to Daly's up to Lavery's one night. And Natasha came with me purely because her cousin was over visiting with his boyfriend, right? And the two lads, the boyfriend was sound. Your man, total pain in the bollocks. Because everything was a social issue. They were Australian and he had that voice as well. So it was like, how does your government... It was like, he's in the back of the car. My fucking government is fine with everything. Just fucking relax, will you?
Just give us time.
Yeah, fuck off. You're from a fucking backwood cunt of a fucking country where they... Do you know what I mean?
We did gay marriage first, you fucking...
Fuck off with yourself, like. But he just... the world was just... This is his bag, was giving out about fucking things, like. But we get up... The lads wanted to come to this comedy gig, like. And I said, look, lads, tuck it in a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We don't need to fucking prance down the street. Honest to God, we don't. Everybody would believe that you enjoy each other's company. You don't need to show the world.
Aye.
I'm just saying. There's some hard-looking cunts walking around the streets of Belfast. That's all I'm saying. Some of the bouncers are massive. Like. So they would get up by Lavery's, and Lavery's at the time had a couple of fucking rainbow flags sticking out to the roof, right? Yeah. Well, the lads were off to the races. They were like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" It's like
get your fucking dick out.
It's guy friendly. It's guy friendly, and I went, "Yeah, I think that's more of a money spinner, boys, than." But you're looking.
I mean, think about it. It's like. Northern Ireland is gay friendly. It's just the fucking constant installment.
The backward fuckers. Yeah, but it was you though. You cracked me up because I remember saying it again driving when the lads fucked off the paper. We dropped them down home, or when we got back down home. That's how funny was Mickey because you had a skin full on, right? And you what? Yeah, and you were standing there and you had that sideways stance. You had that and you're going, "Here, Tom, is that your Natasha there?" Tis, yeah. And the two lads were wearing the chops off each other sitting beside. It was before the show kicked off and you're like, who's your guys? I says, "Oh, that's Natasha's cousin and his boyfriend." "Oh. How did they get up here?" I said, "They came up with me." And you looked at me as if to say, "You left them in the car with you." How very open-minded of you, Tom. You looked at me, I don't know your exact words, but you looked at me like, well, fair play to you, Tom. Well done. And Sean Hegarty pretty much said the same thing. I was like, what kind of fucking Neanderthal do you think I am?
But it's I think there's definitely something in... Because it's a shame gay people in Northern Ireland still can't really hold hands in the street.
These lads were fucking...
when we see two dudes holding hands, we're like, what is that? Like, you're happy for them, but you're like, fuck, I'm staring, Jesus.
It's like somebody walking an octopus. Like, yeah, you go for it. Look, Jesus. I don't mind octopuses, but at the same time, that's fucking...
I'm not an octopus myself, but if I had an octopus, I would want it to be happy.
Did you see... Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a thing I should have fucking tagged you in. It just gave me fucking nightmares. Did you see a woman ate octopus?
The fucking thing in her tongue? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was fucking shocking.
Fuck.
So basically laid spunk eggs?
Spunk eggs
on her tongue?
Which happen to have little spikes in them that dig into your tongue.
Oh, I didn't read that far into it.
Oh no, they dug into her tongue.
Fuck.
And then she had to have them all removed by a surgeon. All these little jizz eggs.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's what you get for eating that dirty old Jap food.
Who else have we insulted?
I know, we might as well go through the whole list so everyone knows we're nice.
Because you're on the road fairly fucking regular, aren't you? Like, what's it like now? Where are you originally from?
Lurgan,
yeah. So that's not like it's not too far from the airport, at least. Like,
yeah, you know 25 minutes. Yeah,
because when you were in Donegal, you'd some pain in your bollocks.
That was kind of like the rent was cheap, but the money you spent getting back there ended up.
Yeah, and the time you're burning too. Like.
Yeah, it was correct. I mean, it was a good thing in the sense that, like, you'd be fucking doing stuff in the house all day, but you had an hour and a half to think in the car.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
But after about a year of it, you're like,
I thought enough.
This is getting fucking tedious now.
That's
like,
it. No. Yeah.
Because also Donegal, it always rains.
It is the wettest fucking place.
And it's
all
depressing.
on the west coast.
Like, yeah,
all
it just
on the west coast.
It gets on your fucking nerves after a while. You're like, this is,
I thought Cavan. I thought was the wettest place. I had to live in Cavan for 9 months. I never even seen Cavan before the morning they told me, Tom, we're moving you up there for 9 months because we're building up there. Like, I went, what? You're moving me to what? And I said, no, it's grand. It's grand spot. We have an apartment up there for you and everything. Okay, all right. It rained, and I'd never seen this because I'd never spent more than a couple of days out of Munster, really, because I was working in Cork and stuff. And the weather is a bit better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It is a bit. Well, fuck me, it rained solid, like hard rain for 5 days.
It's like Donegal. I remember, like, because even Derry, when I went to uni in Derry, and we were 10 minutes out of Derry, and it's always fucking grey and soaking and just. I know there was times where, like, I'd get a phone call from my mum, like, oh, we're having a barbecue, it's lovely, and I'm like, I can't even walk the dog. Like, he won't go out. Like,
masturbation levels through the roof.
Oh my god, I'm dry on the inside, but out there,
there's sparks coming out. There's sparks coming out the end of it. Jesus Christ!
Mum, I'm growing an extra cock.
Evolution has kicked in.
I'll get your dad. Thanks. Dad, I'll get your sister. Oh, good man. Yeah, it was shocking. I was aware that much, though, it didn't really matter.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
But 6 weeks in Australia and then going back to Donegal, you're like, I'm gonna shoot myself.
How'd you find Australia?
Loved it, man. It was fun. It was a busy fucking. Because I went 3 days after the Fringe. Yeah. So I was getting that sort of fucking Fringe flu, like. Do we do a month non-stop? Yeah. You're boozing constantly, and then your body goes, by the way, I've been keeping some things a secret. Yeah. You've got AIDS. Like,
and your arse falls out.
Yeah. So I was on the flight, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not well. So the first 10 days, if I'm honest, the jet lag was still fucking affecting me, so I wasn't really paying attention. And then I was doing a roadshow tour, so it was like you basically, like you start off in Sydney, drive for 6 hours, chuck your bag in a motel, get a wash, go to your gig, go to bed, get up, drive for 6 hours somewhere else, do the same thing for a week.
So it'd be hard to have crack during that, like,
Man, the thing, if I'm in a car, I just fall asleep. Yeah. So I slept all over the outback. Like, I got a few photos, but the rest of the time I was just, like... But then I had 2 weeks in Sydney, and a guy I went to school with had just moved out there, so we had a good bit of, like... Yeah. So it was good crack. But the audiences are brilliant. Apart from, weirdly, they're brilliant in, like, 20 minutes. If you're doing a 20, they fucking love you, but for an hour, they'll start asking questions. What? Yeah, so I did a solo show in the Sydney
At what point did they jump up and Micky Bartlett's fucking...
Well, this was the fucked up bit.
The hand in the air, like.
Yeah, there was a night where, like, I did this 1 hour in Sydney, and there was a fucking joint stag and hen that turned up, all in fancy dress.
Lovely.
So I'm standing having a fag watching Captain America, Chewbacca, and fucking Tinkerbell walking, and I'm like, it had to be my gig. And they weren't even Irish.
Really?
They were Aussies, like, they were just... And they were all going to the toilet in twos, they were taking a fuckload of coke. And I remember saying to the door staff, put them in the middle of the fucking room. Because I need to be able to, like, see them so I can fucking get into it. But to put them up the back. So no one else noticed them. So I'm sitting there watching the Avengers watch me. Like, isn't this weird? And everyone's like, what are you talking about, you fucking ginger bastard? Like, so that was the one thing after an hour. Yeah. You can see their attention span starting to be like, what the fuck's happening? Really? Their style's very... The Aussie style of comedy is very, very different. It's the American kind of...
Short form.
Yeah, they've done 2s and 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas we were like, can you do 20? Go.
Because there was a lad last night, actually, I can't remember his name. He's very good. He did a 10-minute spot, but it was like, geez, you crammed in a lot into that 10 minutes. Like,
I remember seeing Colin Tyrrell do a 5 after he'd been in New York for a year.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck me, that's blistering. Like...
Yeah. It's actually not, but you know what? You can focus your mind. I did a 7 for the first time in about 2 years. Yeah. There 2 weeks ago. And I knew that, I went, fuck, I haven't done, and I was actually more stressed out about it. And
you have to exercise that muscle every so often, is do a short set. Definitely.
So it's the same formula, but you got to get it down. You went, okay, I need to entertain people as much as a 20-minute or a half an hour or an hour, and get it down inside 7 minutes.
Yeah, and then you realise that bit you had isn't as important as you thought it was, and you start feeling like shit.
Yeah. So, oh yeah.
I've had a couple of fringe closers. I'm going, that's a good 15-20 minute bit.
Yeah.
And then doing the club in 4 minutes, and I go, fucking hell, I was obsessed with that for months.
Just trim that fucking thing off. Yeah. It's gone from fucking strength to strength, though. The Lavery's above, isn't it?
Oh man, you should have been there last night.
I saw the Snapchats of it, or the
unreal.
Instagram of it that Colin put up. Fuck,
I think Delamere was surprised. I don't think Delamere knew what it was. I think he said to Colin he thought it was like a cafe space.
Right.
30 people, and there was 250 people crammed into it last
The
night.
lion fucker, because I told Delamere about that place when I was gigging with him last year, because he was asking about places he could try his new show.
Yeah.
I went, if you want a place, I said, one of the most gorgeous places on this entire fucking island. I said, it's Lavery's. And he's like, yeah, Jackie'd fucking shit the bed if you heard me.
Well, he mentioned that last night as well.
But he must have cleared it, because Jade doesn't seem to have any problem with me or you doing either fucking place.
She does with me.
Does she?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to. I have to... Well, the rule they have, for me anyway, was you can't do a gig anywhere else in Belfast the same month you're doing the Empire.
Right.
Now, they don't care about some of the other ones. They do. It's Lavery's is the one they think they're in competition with, which they're not.
They're not at all. It's not the same people at all.
Like, you know, if Geddes doesn't put a video out that week, no one turns up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's that
simple. It's that kind of a club, like, whereas the Empire don't have to do a lot. It's such a long-standing place,
totally.
like,
You know, and, I mean, as a comedian, there's definitely things I said, and I've said to the guys that run the Empire, they're making a big move. If they moved it back downstairs, it would be a competition with Lavery's.
What's it like downstairs then? I've never seen it. Like, I've only ever done the room, the main room.
We did a radio pilot on it about maybe 6 years ago, and it's like low ceiling.
Yeah.
The stage isn't too high. It's fucking. You can see the entire audience. They're all packed in, and it gets really hot.
Oh, class!
So that kind of room, people start to get a wee bit fucking sweaty, and then when they start laughing, they can't stop laughing.
That's quality.
You know, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And I think they would make more money because what happens is people leave the upstairs room. They don't enjoy the first half because the room's so fucking big. Usually, what happens is it's always an English act opens.
Right.
Because they do it through Off the Curb or Avalon or one of these agencies. So they'll send over someone that they've scooped up that isn't that good, hasn't been doing it that long.
Yeah.
They're used to playing 30-seaters, whatever. Get into a big room like that where the audience are all sort of spaced out. All they've got is stuff about the tube and cats. They fucking eat shit.
I fucking love the way you say cats.
Cat.
Kids.
but that's all, sorry, pussies, I don't know. That's all they have. And then it takes like the MC to come back the second half and fucking now they're up for it.
Yeah.
But if they moved it back downstairs, it'd be a gem. And what happens then is once this show's over, people walk out of the upstairs. They have to leave the pub to go downstairs to drink.
Right.
So they go to a different pub. Whereas you're like, if you kept this downstairs, play the football upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Do all that shit. But have the comedy club downstairs and then just let them drink there.
Fuck, right? Yeah.
But I don't know what it is about because I always thought that, you know, Jackie and Jade would have the respect from the Empire itself to go, well, you run this. It's been going for 25 years.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking gold mine. We should listen to you. Whereas,
but was it the Empire that said...
I think it's the management of the Empire. Like, no, this is the way it has to be. So, I think it's one of those typical things where there's someone in a suit who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, because I get the feeling like they fill it. But I get the feeling going, there could be a better vibe to this room. Like, big ass fucking stage. It's clearly a music stage. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
because the seats are kind of, I mean, if it's busy enough that people are standing, it's a fucking belter.
Oh yeah,
but you'll get points where like there's, you know, maybe 60 people in the balcony with their own bar almost.
Yeah.
That can't really fucking engage with you. You can't talk to them. You can't fucking, if they heckle you, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
So like I'll read the Facebook comments where a lot of people are complaining that people on the fucking balcony are just chatting because they don't feel like they're part of the show. And they're doing it for everyone else, and it's just... And the bouncers used to be mad bastards, and now they're not.
Yeah, I've never seen a fucking bouncer there.
Oh, the bouncers used to be... Because they were constantly moving, that's why you never seen them. They were constantly just...
Right.
Fucking, and now they've got these guys that... I remember Shane Todd doing a 7 one night, and a fight broke out in the middle of a set.
Stop.
Like, just because the bouncers were weak. Like...
What's the maddest fucking place you've geeked? Can you think? Because I think myself and McBride had a fucking nearly when we had the podcast, like it was a weekly thing. Like, we could remember fucking murderous fucking shitholes.
I've done like Lurgan, for example, my hometown. They don't know how to watch it.
They can't sit still.
They don't know what it is.
But that's cultures with you the country over.
Yeah, but this, like, I remember doing one, like, if Sean Haggerty ever phones me and says, do you want to do a gig, I'm putting the phone down straight away. And And first, so Sean, when I first started, I started at the same time as Sean, roughly. And he started a couple of gigs in Lurgan. I remember, like, one night, going on after a guy who was, like, a poet.
Fuck.
Like, but, like, a rap, like, slam poetry type thing. And the entire audience was made up of, like, his family.
Oh, fuck.
So he had fucking finished, went for a smoke, they all followed him, and I did a gig to my wee sister. And I told her all the jokes in the house. I remember, like, she was sitting there, like, can I go for a smoke? Because this is shit. I remember doing one once where, like, there was no one turned up. And again, we were assured we were getting paid.
Yeah.
The guy was like, no, you're getting paid regardless of who turns up. And then come the end of the night, he was like, well, there was no one here, so I have no money for you. And it was me, Sean was on, but it was like Geddes and Maureen and a couple of ones that we almost had a wee fucking gig posse for a while. That would just
right, yeah,
always
yeah.
like come to gigs and go get pissed. So I had no material they hadn't heard, so I just started fucking about. And I was in the toilet afterwards, and there was a bloke grabbed me by the lapels, like he was at the urinal, grabbed me and went, if you ever make fun of my niece again, I'll fucking kill you. And I was like, who was your niece? And he went, she wasn't here, but that's not the fucking point. And I'm like, but he still had his cock out, right? And his cock was massive. I remember thinking, I hope he only kicks the shit out of me. Like, if he hits me with that, he'll kill me.
As he breaks your urinal.
Yeah, but it was fucking...
Jesus, imagine getting the shit kicked out of you with a guy with a massive cock hanging out.
Fucking hell, just trying to dodge it. You wouldn't even see his fist, you were just dodging a cock. Like, there was one we did in Castle Derg as well, it was always a fucking nightmare. Like, and the guy was paying good money.
Where's Castle Derg again?
Tyrone, so it's about
I know,
between Omagh and Strabane.
Right, yeah.
Excuse me. And yeah, one of those things where like, I was like, right, you need a microphone and a stage. And he had a wee back room. I was like, that's perfect. Do it in there.
Yeah.
But he wanted people to be sitting at the bar drinking.
Lovely, with the telly on as well, I suppose, yeah.
One of those sort of things. And I remember he ended up having to get a karaoke DJ because he thought we had a mic, even though I told him we didn't. The stage was like a plank of wood over 2 tables. And it was like the height of that table as well, right? So like all the audience were just kind of sitting, but we're fucking 20 foot above them at the end of the bar. And it was one of those pubs where no one turned up, because I think it might have been lambing season or some shit like that. So it was like, no one turned up until about 11:30. And basically the rule was, we just let them drink here to 5 in the morning and they go and do their lambing. So like, there was just all these farmers, like, what the fuck was this? Like, how's he talking now with that stick in his hand? Like, it was fucking shocking. So mad. Did I ever tell you the one about the karaoke competition?
No!
Right.
I want to hear this.
So, fuck, again, Haggerty, right? So, it was the year before you and Haggerty did the Fringe together.
Right.
So was that 2000? No, hang on.
It was 2014, was it? 13?
2012, was it? 2012? It was that year. No, what the fuck? Either way, right? Sean was doing the Fringe. It was during the World Cup. Was that 2012? 2010?
World Cup is 2018 now, so that would be...
in 2010 then? Yes, yeah. 2010. So yeah, he was going over on his own, and he had this idea, he was going to do 12 gigs in 12 days around Lurgan, just in all the different bars to get his hour together. And I was like, because he's a one-liner comic, I went, well, I'll go on before you and do 10, because you can't just turn up at a fucking... Sean doesn't give a fuck. Sean was like, I'll just turn up.
No, he does not give a fuck.
He does not give a flying fuck. And he had this idea, he would just turn up and just do it, and then have a bucket at the end if people wanted to pay for it. And I was like, that's retarded. So I'll go on and do 10, make sure they know what it is, and then you'll get to see what the fucking bar really sounds like. And weirdly, the first sort of 5 or 6 of them were lovely.
Really?
Like, went alright, we made a bit of money the odd night, and stuff like that. So we got to this one, I think it was a Sunday, and we were doubling up that night as well. We had 2 gigs that night. And it was me, Sean, and Micky Bartlett. Got to this pub, called the International, ironically, and the fucking front bar was full of blokes watching a Brazil versus whoever match, right?
Lovely.
So I'm like, well, this isn't going to fucking happen. And then the barman goes, no, don't worry about it, you lads are at the back, in the function room, right? So we go at the back, and it's all the wags of football supporters.
Right.
Brutal looking women, right? But they're in the middle of a karaoke competition, right? Tom, I swear to fuck, right? There was a woman singing through a fucking thing in her throat, right?
No!
I just going, crazy. I'm crazy for feelings, right? The karaoke fucking MC is a guy called Billy Elvis, right? Because his first name's Billy, and he knows an Elvis song, right? So she gets finished up, thanks very much, girl, thank you, I'll give you over to Billy. And then he gets up, work hard on a trap, right? Can't sing, like, just knows the words. I can't get it out.
A trap.
A trap, not in a trap. We can't go on together. Right?
No, sir.
Not today. So it gets to the point where we're like, fuck, we're going to... Because none of us have the balls to go, man, we have to tell jokes here, right? So eventually I'm like, mate, we have another gig, so if we're doing this, we need to go now. And he's like, no problem, big fella, I'll bring you on, right? And he goes, what's the name? And I went, Micky Bartlett. And he went, what? I'm like, Micky Bartlett? He went, gotcha. And he goes, girls, please welcome Ricky Martin, right? I swear to fuck, every woman in this place, you can see them thinking, we've won a competition.
Oh my god.
Like, who's entered us into a job where Ricky Martin's going to turn up fucking, right?
Living Liberator.
Yeah, and then I get up, yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? Right?
Oh my god.
And a coin hit the wall, right? Boom, and I just went, Sean Haggerty! In fact, I tell a lie, I went, Kieran Bartlett. Kieran got up, boom, another coin, Sean Haggerty. And then Haggerty got up, me and Kieran were in the car already. Like, got chased out of the place by these fucking mad bitches. Fucking holding her throat was like she's putting the coin in and then pulling her arm down. It was fucking shocking. It's that and the guy with the big dick are the two times I've been genuinely afraid. Like we're gonna fucking die here.
Oh my good fuck.
Yeah, Lurgan was always a fucking bad spot for it.
Oh my god, but you do though, you get fucking hung out to dry sometimes because you get sold a fucking notion, and that's what people don't think. They think you're an asshole. Now, in fairness, in a few spots that Sean had organised, he was the asshole, basically went, I want to go do this.
Aye.
But most of the time, you're not to blame.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's like, I suppose, like, when you get enough sort of road miles under you, that you'll walk into a room and go, fuck this.
Yeah.
Like, I had one just after Christmas in Glasgow. A guy asked me to do a suicide awareness charity. Fucking hell. So I was middling in the stand, and thank fuck I was at the stand that weekend as well. And the guy was like, right, you're middling, so I'll pick you up at the stand.
Right.
And he was paying me for it. So, which was, you know, for a charity gig, you're always kind of like, I know it's for charity, but
is there any few quid?
Fucking money? But he was like, what's the rate for an after dinner thing? And I went, well, it's usually fucking whatever, but because it's a good cause,
yeah.
I was like, I'll do it for fucking 200 quid or something.
Okay.
And he was over the moon, which made me go, I could have asked him for $5,000 and he would have had it, you know.
Fuck.
So got to the gig. Sorry, the guy picked me up, handed me the money, and went, no, you don't have to go on if you don't want to. And
wow.
The alarm bells are going, and I'm like, but I'm Micky fucking Bartlett. I've just smashed the stand. I'll be fine.
It's amazing, isn't it, where your head's at after smashing that?
Yeah, you just fucking, I'll fight you, come on. And so we're driving out to this place, and he's telling me all about it. He's like, the sound system's shit. There's a balcony in the room. They've been drinking since 6. It's my fault. And I'm going, mate, I'm not going to take the money, which I need, from a charity and not do it. So I get there anyway. There's a couple of guys on, and they're doing all right, but you can tell they're shit, right? And I'm like, my ego's going, well, if they're doing all right, I'm gonna fucking smash it, right? But logically, I should have went. They don't know they're dying.
Oh yeah, so they're at that stage.
They don't know
that
yet.
Wasn't a bad one. Yeah.
They can do their time regardless of who's paying attention. So I'm standing there waiting anyway, and then this fucking massive bloke comes over, big fucking skinhead Glaswegian. You right, mate? I'm the photographer. Right? I'm like, right, okay, cool. He's like, do you mind if I get a quick photo? And I'm like, yeah, no sweat. And he takes me upstairs, right? They have this fucking massive banner with like a suicide awareness, fucking with all these facts of how many young men kill themselves, and then a bloke sitting all like a candlelight, looking all sad, right?
Oh, on the Jesus
thing, right?
Christ!
So I'm in front of this, and the guy starts going, "Pull a couple of funny fucking faces, man." I'm like, "Fuck you." And then he tells me how much coke he's taken that night, and then he goes, "Are you Catholic or Protestant?" And I haven't been asked that since it was about 11, right? So I went, like, went into the spiel of like, well, I'm technically a Christian Catholic, but I'm not Catholic anymore, I'm an atheist. And he's like, "I'm a fucking Protestant. Pull a funny fucking face, man." And I just panicked and stuck my thumbs up, right? But the photos in the fucking paper of me in front of this fucking poor dude who's thinking of killing himself, right? So get down to the gig, downstairs anyway, and I'm like, right, fuck it, I'll open with a closer. Like, I'll open with an old that I know works. There's a table of about 7 people, like a family, right in front of me, and they're watching. So I'm going, well, I'll talk to them, it's fine. Yeah. And then there's 2 people right on my left that just aren't even turning around. And I was so angry.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, like, you start doing that David Attenborough commenting over a date.
Yes.
Fucking bullshit to try and get something. And that's kind of working. I'm like, right, fuck it, they're not going to turn around, I'll just go for it. So I do this fucking bit, and the 7 people that were there, they're watching, like fucking, yeah. Get to the end of the joke, and they all just, like, tilted their heads, like, and then kind of looked at each other like, I don't get it. But as they did it was doing like an like a Hitchcock zoom. Yeah. The whole room, and I was like, I audibly went, nah. I just put the microphone down. I walked up, and I was on stage for 90 seconds. 90 fucking seconds, like. Didn't give him his money back though, just ran out. It's like,
You're fucking right.
Straight back to the stand, like, we did you hear what happened to me? Like, just a bunch of comments like, yes, war stories, yes.
Fucking beautiful. Do you know what? I think we're kind of caught for time. Like,
oh shit.
We'll do another one. We'll do, because I got to go pick herself up.
Oh, grand, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll,
I'm about all weekend. So
we will actually. We'll hook up over the... What day? You around tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll double up and fucking do a double fucking podcast.
Yeah. I think I'm doing Simon's gig tomorrow. Is his gig just Friday, Saturdays, is it?
Yeah, Chaplains. Yeah.
Well, bang.
If we don't, anyway, the name of the show again, and where...
Fergal, at the Gilded Balloon at 7:45 every day at the Fringe.
It's kicking off from the 3rd, is it, or the 4th?
First, I think I'm actually...
Is it the first?
I do the Wednesday, like previews and stuff the first 3 days, I think.
Beautiful. I'll put the link in the description.
Nice one.
Beautiful stuff, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Lovely.